Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Crypto Nightly. The market is pumping and it's crazy. So we're going to be talking about that. And Trump buys a burger with Bitcoin. What do you guys think about that? Let's dive in. Without further ado, let's get started.
What up? What up?
What's up? How we doing, man? Let's see what's going
I am checking something. Blocky just tagged us on Twitter. He said his comment keeps getting deleted on freaking on YouTube.
So maybe he's actually like uncovering some deep state stuff that's going on and they don't want us to talk about it.
It could be.
Well, that's good, Blocky.
Oh, is it your chart? Is it the chart right here? Blocky that you're looking at? That is.
And then what's up, Third Patriot? How are you, man? Good to see you.
Giant cup and handle.
Is that what you think? But for
Bitcoin? No, I don't know if that's Bitcoin. There's definitely a giant cup and handle. Yeah, that's Bitcoin. Peak, then coming down. 4.8 trillion. No. That's not Bitcoin. That's the market cap. That's the total. My bad.
That's still pretty good. It's a 2x.
No, that's a nice pump for sure.
It's a 2x on the market cap. That's pretty massive. So I mean, what that puts us at like 120.
Well, that's the total 3, right? Crypto total market cap. So we'll look at it. We'll bring it up when we get to the market update, and we will check it out. Because yeah, that's a double up for sure, more than a double up. We will check it out. So what's up,
dude? So I have my Batcave computer. I'm disappearing on you. I have my Batcave computer, and it's the first time I've turned it on just now. Trying to check out my staking with the Platties to see what's going on. And also, like, dude, you ever look back at some of these episodes where we say, hey, don't do what we're going to do because, like, this is not financial advice. It's probably a terrible idea, and we're going to lose our money?
We say that a lot.
We do say that a lot. But there happens to be a correlation. So far, the things that we've looked at have done pretty all right. Sometimes they only do all right for, a short period of time. But anybody that's paying attention, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's worth it to do your own research. That's all I'm going to say on that topic. But everybody that's in here, share and like and repost the space. We appreciate you. I mean, how was your day, man? What you been up to?
Good, but right now I'm reading a message in Alpha Chat, and it basically is telling me that I need to work on my alarm setup because I missed the SWE and the PopCat pump. But I hit the near, the ADA, and the near ADA and fetch pump. Those alarms went off. So apparently I don't have alarms set on SWE and PopCat.
Or maybe you had too many alarms set.
I think I have
the whole market pumping right now.
I have them on the lower ranges. I have the alarm set on the lower ranges. That's why I didn't have anything set up that high. Yeah, PopCat pumped like 20%, and then SWE's still pumping. SWE's up almost 5% in the past hour. So yeah. Market is pumping, finally.
Also, for everybody that's watching right now, make sure you share, repost, like the space. We are going to end up doing a sponsored segment. So today's Market Watch is going to be sponsored by Bob and the Bob community because they are building, and there's going to be a Bob giveaway. So everybody reboop the Bop and or rebeep the boop, whatever. Shout out to Harry Manback. Dude, I'm sorry. He texted me. He said, "Hey, man, now I'm going to have to unshare the space because you made it not family friendly anymore." And I was like, dang. I didn't mean to. Sometimes it just comes out of me. That's my problem, right? You asked me a question.
Was that on the smart space?
Yeah. You asked me a question. I'll give you the answer. You might not like the answer, but I'll give you the answer.
I'll tell you what. I was in there for a minute, and then whoever is behind the very important dummies, PFP, just started going off and cussing and like, I'm gonna talk the way I want. We're grown adults. If you got children, I was like, all right, I'm not listening to this.
Oh, dude, that's simple-minded. He's just, he just is that way. He's cool.
It is what it is. You know what I mean? I don't need to listen to that. It's not that I disagree or I'm like offended or anything like that. I just didn't want to hear. I just didn't want to hear that. You know what I mean? I popped in there because I thought they were talking about something useful.
Yeah. You just wish you could censor him.
No, he could say whatever he wants. I don't have to listen. That's not the no.
I'm joking. You're good.
I don't believe anybody should be like censored. I mean, you can always mute somebody. I mute people all the time because they say stupid-ish. You know what I
mean? Yep. So interesting. I don't know. I can't figure out my staking situation. What's up, Gregory Ward? We appreciate you. Yeah, Blocky's TA is crazy. We were looking at the giant cup and handle on Bitcoin.
No, market cap, total market cap.
Market cap. Well, yeah, on Bitcoin's total market cap. And it was crazy.
No, on crypto's total market cap.
Yeah. Okay, crypto's total market cap. That's even better. That means my alt bags are going to pump hard. I mean,
it pretty much looks exactly like the Bitcoin chart because obviously Bitcoin is, over 50% of the total market cap. But just clarifying.
Oh, geez. All right. Well, let's see. What else we got going on? So we're going to go over the Market Watch. Today's episode is going to be of Market Watch is going to be sponsored by Bob's. And, all the Bobs out there that are building, just keep building. Keep doing what you're doing.
Bob is the ticker.
Yeah, I have actually been really surprised at some of the actual educational, like onboarding content that's actually been in our chat. I don't know if you've seen any of that, but there was some that was like how to transfer your Solana to ADA. There were some things about like how to create a Vesper wallet, right? And then so it's just like, all the main stuff. It was kind of like the Cardano starter pack. And
I seen a tweet today. Oh, man. I should have bookmarked it, but I was busy and I was scrolling through. But some Sun Exchange is a platform that you can now do cross-chain swaps for anything. What was it? Oh no, 1 inch. I think that's what it was. Never mind. It was an ad. Somebody was advertising 1 inch. 1 inch now does cross-chain swaps.
You know who else is going to be doing cross-chain swaps?
Who's that?
Keystone.
Oh yeah,
Keystone will be doing cross-chain swaps, and you'll be able to swap in the hardware wallet. Shout out to Mythical. Colombia is the place of the BBL, so you all can just call me BBL Drizzy from now on. But yeah, so Keystone, and I have been flirting hard with whoever's running that account because I'm trying to have them ask me to be an ambassador. And so, and then I put up a tweet said, hey, when Jpeg Empire Keystone, because they have they'll print the art on the back of it when they send it to you.
Right.
And then I said, oh, and hey, our friend in Colombia, she could do a Spanish language unboxing as well as us doing the English language unboxing with a JPEG boss on the back. Wouldn't that be cool? And then they were like, it would, winky face. And then I got a DM immediately after. I was like, oh yes, I'm getting somewhere here. I'm gonna keep.
And they were like, stop bothering me, kid.
No, they were like, keep talking about Keystone. We like it. We like it. And I'm like, give me one of those badges and let's see what we can do. Give us a permanent discount code. That would be great. And if y'all wanted to sponsor a regular section, that'd be great.
Speaking of wallets, so I'm always trolling Tokyo Pay when Android. They posted today Android beta soon.
Okay. Okay, well then now I guess I'll have to have them both and decide which one I like most. Shout out to
one's
Shaz.
a hot wallet and one's a cold wallet, so
that's true. You're right.
No.
Well, yeah. No, I'm keeping my Keystone for my cold wallet. I like it. I like it a lot. I have a Ledger as well. I don't have a Trezor, but I want one. Yeah. Do you have a Trezor?
I just got my one Ledger. Just the one Ledger in the safe, in a fireproof bag. So, not going anywhere.
Question. It's probably too soon. But I was telling my mom that when I make it, I might have like a metal detector at my front door, and all pagers, cell phones, and electronic devices will have to be placed in a safe at the door before we actually get in the house.
Yes. I don't know if we should cover that.
We won't. But shout out to Harry Manback. He has a Trezor. He likes it. I've heard a lot of good things about Trezor. However, you heard it here first on the interview with the Keystone founder. He said that if you have a Bitcoin multisig, you shouldn't have one point of failure. So you should have multiple wallets that are different brands. So, you could have a Keystone, you could have a Trezor, you could have a Ledger, and then you could use all those in unison for the different cool things you're trying to do.
Yeah. I imagine that would work the same for, I don't know how multi-sig for Cardano would work like that.
Yeah.
You'd have to use it through NAMI or something.
Did you happen to see, let me see if I can actually find this. Did you see the post that Mythical made about his derp statues?
Yes.
You saw it?
Yeah. Yeah, those are definitely
really good.
Freaking cool. Yeah, those are cool looking. I like those.
Very high quality. Let me see. I'm over here trying to find it. I'll have you show it a little bit later. And we'll just do it that way. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get into Market Watch. How about that? Sponsored by Bob's.
Bob.
And let me see if I can get something cool. It's Bob's. Bob. No, I really just need to go in the chat here.
What are we giving away? You said we're giving away Bob.
They're going to be giving away Bob. We're going to make a short on, like a short with this section that's sponsored. And then we'll put it out. And then they'll share it. And then, yeah.
Okay.
We will have,
so pause.
Yes.
Do your intro.
Okay.
And then we can cut it from there.
Okay. Pause. All right. So this is Crypto Nightly. Today's section of Market Watch will be sponsored by Bob. Bob is building, right? Bob the Buildo. This is the number one meme coin from Snek.fun. And it has been the number one for about 3 days now. So that's pretty big. Every single time I've seen a big dip, it has been eaten up by the community, strong community. And, so let's go into Market Watch. I put the third one in there for good measure.
I was going to say, how many times is he going to run this?
All
right. Market update brought to you by Bob. Bob is the ticker, DYOR. We love Bob. All right, so let's get a refresh going on here. Boom, we jumped to 0.5%. So we're up 2% today, coming in at $2.226 trillion. Nice amount of volume today, coming in at 116 billion. Bitcoin coming in at 15.49% dominant, same as yesterday. ETH at 12.9, same as yesterday. And the gas is off the charts for this time of night, coming in at 12.3532555658. And that's why we transact on Cardano with coins like Bob. So we got Bitcoin coming in at 61,922. We did hit like 62 and some change a little bit earlier, up 2.8%. We got Ethereum coming in at 2384, up 2.7%. BNB at 557, up 2.2%. Solana at 135, up 2.9%. XRP, not a very big day for XRP, but coming in at 58 cents, up 0.7. Dogecoin over a dime at 1041, up 3.8. Toncoin at 564, up 2.6. Tron's actually down today at 1494, down 0.2. And Cardano, you got to love it, 0.3485, up 4.6%. We were over 35 there for a little bit. Let's check out the biggest winners. PopCat. And this is the notification that I missed earlier. Up 23%, coming in at 86 cents. Psy on the move, up 22% at 33 cents. Sui, the other one that I missed today, up 1.36 or at 136, up 16%. Celestia, come on, keep pumping. They just had a hard fork. So I don't know if that is, I'm sure that's why it's pumping. So still plan on dumping if I get a chance when my unlock happens. So 5.82 up 13.3%, Phantom up 13%, Mantra up 11.3%, Bitcoin Cash, who cares? But look at that, FET up 9.8, $1.47, near up 9.6, and it just keeps going. Look at all that green, folks. You gotta love it. Biggest losers, what do you think? What's the highest percent on the biggest loser?
I think the highest percent has to be, I think that there's probably a 5%er out there.
Think so?
5 or 6%er.
Let's check. 2.4 and KuCoin shares. KuCoin shares down 2.4%. Monero down 1.2. Stablecoin, Immutable X, stablecoin, exchange token, BitTorrent, Tron, and then like stable coins. Surprised. Oh, okay, that's positive. I would say that's kind of weird. I'd be surprised to see Caspa down, but so really no losers. Let's check out TradFi real quick. A red day in TradFi. Down 0.25% for the Dow Jones, down 0.25 for the S&P, 0.3 for NASDAQ. The Russell K's up negligible, and the VIX is up. People are afraid of the rate cut because rate cuts and pivots are usually bearish, which is why I think we might be in a bull trap. Very well possible. Could be in a bull trap. Fed slashes interest rates by 0.5 point, an aggressive start to its first easing campaign in 4 years. He did sound pretty.
Drink before the stream, doesn't
I haven't drank since Vegas, bro.
I mean, yeah, that was a good time though.
I drank more in Vegas than I have in like the past year and a half. Hell, I drank more in the Omnia than I probably drank in the past year. So the pre-market, the Dow's up 0.25%, S&P up almost 0.5%, NASDAQ up 0.65, oil's down, the 10-year. So if these hold, we could get a big ass pump again tomorrow once TradFi opens. Let's look at Asia. We got the Aussie index coming in at 0.11. The Nikkei is up at 216. India, Hong Kong not reporting yet, and Shanghai basically flat. But this is what you guys want to see. You want to see what's really going on.
All the lines on the chart. We love to see
all
it.
the lines. So these are all support and resistance lines, all the blue lines and these couple yellow ones. Let's go out to the daily. Whoops, come on. A decent candle on the daily. Not too bad. Can this one continue? Can we get 3 white soldiers going like that? I don't know. We might be getting, what's that called?
Doji candle reversal?
Yeah, like a doji, a
Or a
starburst.
star? Yeah.
Yeah. So, but granted, this candle is only an hour and 22 minutes old. So, I mean, if it was to change over right now, then yes, I would say we're hitting a little doji or a starburst, but it's only an hour and 22 minutes old. It did get up to 62. Let's see. 62,555 was the high for the day, and that happened in the past hour and a half. But looking good. I mean, we blew through the 50, the 80, the 100, on our way to the 200. Momentum going to the upside. Money flow curving. Look, we drew this line yesterday, and we was like, this is our best case scenario right here. It is curving up. VWAP might be a little topped out. We might see it come down a little bit. We are pretty extended away from the 21. So we might see this come down a little bit as the 21 comes up. No matter what, it's always wants to kiss that 21. If we look back in history, boom, explosion, hit the 21, fell through it. We go above it, we break. Even when we go below it, we come back to it. Explosion, sideways, hit it. Little explosion, back to it, fall through it. Break through it, come across, hit it. So we're always attracted to that 21. Even on this big rip right here, you can see we broke through, touched, we reset by touching, and then we exploded again. So always comes back to the 21. This is super bullish right here. I was looking at this earlier. We are above the 200 on the 8 hour. So, shooting star, that's what it's called. Did I say that's what it's called? So we are above the 200, which is bullish. Can we maintain? We haven't been able to hold above it, as you can see. Once we lost it back here in April, we haven't been able to hold above the 200 on the 8 hour. Is this the time that we hold it? Or is it something like this candle? Look, big green candle, sideways, back to the 21, fell through the 21 and the 200. So it's yet to be determined, but looking good. We do have a little bit of a divergence on the momentum waves on the 8 hour. So we got momentum coming down, and we are price action going up. So that hasn't clipped yet. I mean, it could still go up further, but I don't think so. So that's another reason why I think we're going to retrace a little bit. Doesn't matter. When it goes up that high, that quick, we have to have a retracement. What's going on over here? The printer goes burr. Yes, sir. On that note, though, even though they reduced it by 0.5 bips, right? He's still selling off securities and stuff like that. So we still have, some quantitative tightening yet. They haven't started buying back or anything like that. So they're still divesting from their securities holdings, but they have dropped the percentage. So let's see here. Oh, and Jerome Powell. I retweeted earlier about Jerome Powell. I was like, shots fired. He better hope Trump wins, because he's blaming the unemployment market cap on the influx of immigrants into the country right now.
I
So
saw that. I saw
you
that,
see,
and that was
yeah,
what he was saying. Is he was saying that the basically like that they've added it. If they add 100,000 jobs, and we get 1 million people, then we actually are having higher numbers of unemployment because we have more people.
right. Well, and those people are taking jobs. You know what I mean? Those people they're not coming over here and not working. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
they might be. Our government is doing a lot of supporting, but most of the people are good, honest citizens or good, honest people coming over here looking for work.
Yeah.
You know, it's the 5-10% that are here for nefarious acts, which if it's only, you know, a couple 100,000 people, not so bad. When it's 11 million people, that's pretty bad. You know what I mean? Percentages matter.
I never realized, honestly, that so many people really do live like that. Like, as far as like, and I'm talking Americans, like, I'm not even talking about immigrants, but I'm saying like people that are here from here that really just like don't do anything and then just like
No.
take money. And there was a specific occasion, experience. I was hanging out with this girl, and she said she wanted another child so she would get more money and be able to afford to buy more pot. And I was like, or you could get a job. And she looked at me confused.
Right. I think they capped it now, but that used to be the thing. You know what I mean?
This would have been her third child, and only one of which she had custody of.
Yeah. Well, there goes to say it right there. But
yeah,
we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
So let's go down to the 4 hour. 4 hour, same situation. Money flow is in the green. I mean, still going up. You know, the momentum hasn't peaked off yet. VWAP still going up, hasn't turned. You know, we still have a little more room. You know, if Asia wakes up and decides they want to get rich, then they might start buying, or they could wake up and choose violence like they do quite often. So, but we're looking good, you know, going up. Just be aware of this bearish div on the momentum as far as the money flow. We can't really sustain big pumps like that. You know, even on the 4 hour, when we look back here, you know, giant pump, curves back. You know, we go down to the 1 hour, same thing. We're starting to print a red candle on the 1 hour. Looking a little toppish on the momentum. Money flow hasn't turned yet, though, but the VWAP's coming down. I don't know, actually, it's still nice and thick. So it's not looking a little toppish. You got money flow, good thick money flow, good thick momentum, but the VWAP is turned down, and we are printing a little bit of a red candle. And once again, you know, we could just do something like this. Boom, as the 21 comes up, like this. We get a little kiss right there, and boom, back to the races again. Quite possible. I do think the next couple of days are going to be interesting going into the weekend. We'll see what goes on. Let's come down here. Let's take a look. Okay, actually, my bad. Hold on. So FET. I want to look at FET real quick, because if you're looking at FET 2 hour, just like we were seeing on SWI, FET has this nice cup handle, and we are breaking the rim. Right about here is where I went long, right as we started to break the rim earlier. I had this, you can see I got notifications set on these, on a bunch of lines. Looks kind of messy, but so definitely liking FET. Once again, though, even on the 2 hour, we are extended. We're extremely extended from the 21. All your averages are switching. We don't have the bearish div like we do on Bitcoin, though. You know what I mean? We got a higher high. We set a higher high. Money flow curving beautifully to the upside. VWAP kind of flat. Momentum still going up. FET could still have a little bit of room to run. So I think we're just getting a little breather right now. Let's go down here to the graph. The graph, this is the macro trend on the graph. You can see we broke through it, got above the 200 on the 2 hour, came back down, little top, came back down. And then today, like everything else, got a little pump. We have this nice bullish divergence on the graph on the 2 hour. Actually, we'll go to the 4 hour. Should be on the 4 hour also. And you can see that nice bullish div on the graph for the momentum and the price action. We have higher lows. We have lower lows. Boom, off to the moon. We are above the 200 on the 4 hour, which is definitely bullish. Let's see where we're at on the 8 hour. 8 hour, we still got a little ways to go, but definitely looking good for the graph. That is one of the coins we picked up last Friday, along with SWI and FET, I believe we picked up last Friday. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what the numbers are when we go to DCA this Friday. So, because everything's going to be pumping. All right. And ADA. Everybody wants to know what's going on with ADA. So,
did we get past 25 cents yet?
It has not dropped below 28 cents. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
You got a little ways. But same thing with these other coins, these other alts. We got a nice bullish div on the 4 hour. I mean, it's not really strong, but we're flat to a little bit lower right here, and we're definitely higher on the momentum. So we drew this, we drew that money line on the daily, I think. So we got money flow coming up. We got VWAP coming up. We got momentum coming up. Looking good on Cardano. We are above the 200, or at least we wicked. No, we are actually above the 200 on the 4 hour. Extremely bullish for Cardano. We've been below the 200 for so long until back here in August when we had that nice pump.
Can you do me a favor after this one? Will you look at IAG? And I actually think that might be one that we specifically need to add to our accumulation this Friday. And I'm saying because there's a lot of rumors.
Is IAG on a centralized exchange?
There are rumors that may be what is happening, as they have a big announcement at the end of the month.
Okay, well, if it's not on KuCoin, I can't buy it.
Oh,
so if it's not on an exchange,
got it. I mean,
it's a Cardano native token.
Yeah,
I don't even know if it's on. I don't even know if it's on TradingView.
Dang, so that might just be a little personal alpha. I guess it's on BitGet and Gate.io.
It says it's on BitGet. I don't know if this is really IAG though. $0.08. Change symbol. Tell me what it actually is. Let's see here. Well, this is what we will do.
Ooh, Token Empire. There we go. Busting
this
it out.
Is how we can check. We will go to our site right here, Token Empire, and we will look. This is IAG right here. Oh, what do I got? Oh, I got to click on the building.
No, you could have clicked it down there too.
Oh, there we go. I wasn't clicking in the right spot. And so everybody, this is Token Empire.xyz. This is our platform right here. So just so you know.
So this is the 5-minute chart right now.
Right. So all it has is the, whoops, moving average. There we go. Get 2 of those on there. Let me get the VR VP. Let me get the RSI. Okay, let's go here. Let's change this. And we want to make that white. So this is everything you can do right here on our website, Token Empire. And this is the free version.
Yes.
This isn't, I'm not logged in. So this is our free version right here. And if you want the pro version, boom. Okay. Let's go the 2 hour. Boom. Big pump out of IAG.
Yes.
So we're a little overheated on the RSI. We're up here in the 77 range.
Where's the first shelf on the point of control? The first shelf kind of hits like after that gap. So if it gets rejected and it falls down a little bit from the top where it's at.
Here, I gotta adjust this. I didn't put the. There we go. We need more data on the screen. So after right here.
Yep.
So right now we are at a high volume node. So if we lose this high volume node, we could roll all the way down here to this one. Is this what you're talking about?
Yeah. Where's that at?
That's at 0.3. That is at 0.239370. It would be a 10% drop.
Interesting. So if I had my Token Empire set up, I could set an alert and get a text message or an email if it were to have a 10% retracement, which would be interesting and exciting to me because there's speculation that there may or may not be a larger exchange listing.
So in the overall on the daily, we're right at this point of control right here. Okay. Next big node is way up here at 0.296415. Okay. So we could, if we can break this, we could conceivably roll down. We might have a little stopping point right here. At the 26676, or no, 277226, and then roll right up to this node right here, and that would be an 11% move to the upside if we can break through that node and get up there. But yes, all of this is available on Token Empire. Look, we could swap if we want right here. If I connect my wallet right here, boom, connect. I can swap for ADA, IAG, anything. You know what I mean? We could swap for Bob. We could swap for Bob real quick. As a matter of fact, since this is sponsored by Bob, let's make sure this is not the right ticker. Let's get out of there.
Oh, IAG?
No, Bob. So I don't know which Bob ticker this is. This is not the right ticker either. So apparently Bob is not on our site. That is a damn shame.
It is. I've seen it. It just has to be the right one.
Right.
Let's see. I'm going to find it real quick.
I
say that.
Splash, Nike, Strike, Lenfi, Hunt, DJed. So it should be on here because our API pulls all new data.
I got it.
You got it?
Number 22, so it's on the second page.
Okay. So I was just bringing up the wrong Bob. There we go. Oh, because I'm on the 5 minute. Let's go to the hour. That is not. I can see it down there. Is it too many zeros?
Might be too many zeros for the chart.
Yes, it seems like TradingView does not want to cooperate. 4 hour. No. Let's go to the daily. Okay, here we go.
But you can straight up swap.
Yeah, TradingView is not cooperating for some reason on this. Okay, so there you go. There's a little, and if you sign in, like if I wanted to, boom, upgrade to pro, if I had a boss, I'll just click right in. Boom, here.
For the password. Can't share the password.
Can't share the password. It's actually all bleeded out, but still. So if this in theory, oh, I'm on the wrong screen. That's why it's not working. Let's go back to the beginning. So I want to put IAG on my list. Okay, type price. I want to go with a decrease, and I want to go with percentage, and we're going to leave it at 5%. And then from here, we can add an email notification, a push notification, or an SMS notification, which I'm not going to add because I'm not giving all you degenerates my phone number.
It'll be calling you at night.
Right? So, boom, save changes. All right, so now we're all set. Plus, I want to add it to my favorites. I come up here. I check my favorites. Look at that. IAG, Snack, AGIX, and Nike are already in my favorites. Okay. Come up here. My watch list. And these are everything I have on watch list as I've been playing around. IAG, Snack, AGIX, World Mobile Token, Nike, Meld, Bjorn. So, and then you can also go to your profile. Okay, Desert Crypto. This is where once we launch, you'll be able to claim your Empire tokens. Okay, these are my top performing crypto favorites right here. This is my recent activity of everything I've added to watch lists. This is my NFT watch list right here. Scroll down, we got top performing NFTs, top performing crypto watch lists. And then this is coming soon. This will be the gallery for your NFTs and your NFT assets. And if I wanted to, I could go to customize, grab this right here, bring it over here, give a little snap, boom. Now I customized my panels. So if I don't want this, say I don't want that up there, we want to put it down here somewhere. Boom, get it out of the way. I don't need to be looking at my activity all the time. Now it is swapped with my NFTs, but I do want to see my top performing crypto watch list. Bring that up here. Boom, swap. So now I got my 4 panels. I got my Empire coins, my balance, my available. I got my top performing crypto favorites. I got my top performing crypto watch list. I got my top performing NFT watch list. Boom, all right there on my homepage. Save changes. Boom, right back to my profile picture. And everything is lined up exactly as I want it. Here soon, coming soon, this will be the droid room for boss holders only. Anybody who has pro version. Boom, this is where you will access the trading bot. It is now integrated with MEXC and Kraken with more exchanges to come. So there we go. That is the shameless plug. We're going to be cutting this and sharing it everywhere. So
have to.
And back. to trading view. All right. So yeah, Cardano's looking good. Good on the 4 hour. We're above the 200. Momentum to the upside. Money flow to the upside. 1 hour. 1 hour looking good. Look at that. Money flow to the green. VWAP coming down above the 1 hour. We're getting a little, it's not really a shooting star because it's a bottom wick, more of a hammer candle. So everything is looking good. SWI, I put this in the Discord the other day. If you look, we were looking at this cup and handle right here. We broke down, and as soon as we broke that rim, it was off to the races. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. Once we broke the rim, our target was up here at about 119. Once we broke the rim right here, let's go to the daily so it's easier to measure.
Damn.
So, yeah, I got a lot of stuff drawn on this.
But also, what a freaking pump, I'll tell you what.
Right? That wasn't even it blew right through our target. This is all from today. We blew through the target today. But once we broke the rim right here, from here to our target, 5 days. So it took 5 days to move 23.85%. And if you're in a low leverage long and you're just holding it, you know, as soon as you break that rim, throw on a 5, 6, 7, 8% and just hold it till your target, you know, boom, you're up 100, 200% right there. So looking good, loving sweet. And I'm kind of seeing that play out. So I have this target right here for near. This is what I was looking at for near right here. So the cup, the handle, we broke the target. This is my take profit right here. This dotted line, kind of hard to see. It's a dotted line. Boom. So right here from the breakout, you see right there from the breakout, boom, target at about $5. I don't know. I'm pretty aggressive with my stop losses, so I tend to get wicked out a lot. I don't know if that trade has got wicked out yet. I know my FET and my Cardano trade got wicked out in profit. I think that one might still be running. I haven't had a chance to look at it since we started the stream. So other than that, everything is pumping, bro. We are good to go, I think. Sol did not pump as hard as the rest of the market. As a matter of fact, I'm going to check my trade right now.
You got a short on Sol?
No. I'm not shorting anything. I closed. So I woke up this morning, 5 o'clock on the West Coast, and I was in a mantra long, and I was up about 10%. I was like, I told myself I wasn't going to trade, so I closed it. Took my little 10% gain, and then I've been sitting on my hands all day until like right before the stream when I seen stuff starting to pop off, and I actually looked at the market. So yeah, I didn't short anything today. And yes, I got stopped out. So, but I got stopped out in massive profit. And any win is a win.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is true. A win is a win is a win.
That's right.
You know? So then let's.
Winning is winning. It doesn't matter if I beat you by an inch or a mile.
Oh, is that your Trump impression?
No, the Vin Diesel statement. You know, I almost had you. Almost had me. You never even had your car or some shit. Like, I can't remember. Old. The very first Fast and Furious.
Okay, so
Come on, bro. That's a classic movie.
No, yeah, it is a classic movie. I was going to say I am going to bring up this jaw-dropping, breathtaking, breaking news, right? That was broken by JPEG Store. And I feel like everybody's going to be so excited about this one. So breaking, Charles Hoskinson is set to appear next week on Talk Tua with Haley Welsh.
Bro, I'll give
I know
it to
you
her.
love this one.
I'll give it to her. That is some amazing branding. Talk
Talk
to
Tua.
That is amazing branding, bro. Yeah.
The marketing is on point. And then we got our boy Viva La Coin. He says, because all of these analysts are idiots and or complicit, parroting false data, incapable of acknowledging massive fraud and risk in this diseased debt system. Burn your freaking degrees and textbooks, swallow 50 years of corrupted monetary policy and self-serving interest of the government banks. He said, for those asking, 105 of 114 economists were wrong in expecting 25 bips. That was you, sir. You were expecting 25.
Except for I'm not an economist.
Well, you're just a random guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I was right. So I am an economist now. So
and that statement right there goes into one of the clips I have when we go to bookmarks from Arthur Hayes. Oh, there's Arthur Hayes right there.
Oh, and then this was another one that I thought was very interesting. Oh gosh. So I just want this. I don't want any
right
of the
there
others.
on the.
Okay, so I think it's a bad look when a large publicly traded company like Sensora does not share the BTC transactions for the 75 million payments to Dark Angel's ransomware group. So I will just post it for them. So then he has the transactions of this software company that had to pay ransom money, 75 million, right?
So publicly traded, though, they got to disclose it, right?
Yeah. They don't have to disclose the actual wallet address. They have
so they don't have to disclose the actual
payment.
Transactions.
Yes.
They just have to disclose the
that something went
like
out.
The buy and sell and what they're holding.
Yes.
Okay.
And I believe that they're actually it's kind of like similar to where the what are they called? The congressmen and people, like whenever they do stuff, they can do it, like they can post it like 45 days after the fact, right?
Yeah, and that's a little different. They have to disclose their assets, and it's a range actually. It's like I hold more than 500,000 Bitcoin, or I hold less than $500,000 in Bitcoin. It's like a range. It's not an exact. Publicly traded, it was my understanding that you have a duty to the shareholders.
Obligation.
Yeah, an obligation to show where all the money goes if it's publicly traded. You know what I mean?
Yes. But I also think that they have like a quarterly disclosure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
so like
right.
that in theory, like, you know what I mean? This could happen and then you don't have to tell people until like you get to that quarter.
Right. That's why earnings reports are so, when they come out and they come in waves, everybody puts so much weight on earning reports because they only come out like quarterly.
But he says, Zach goes on to say, several clues from the Bloomberg article provide some clues as where to find potential payments on chain, such as how it occurred with 3 installments in March 2024. Also, all 3 addresses were funded from the same source, and the funds flowed to addresses with high illicit fund exposure. Yeah. And then so he has, let's see if I can get in on this one. The payment made from Sensora hack occurred in 3 installment payments in Bitcoin in March, according to the people familiar with the matter who declined to be named in order to discuss sensitive details. The initial ransom demand was 150 million. So according to 2 of the people, so they only paid 75 million. But like this kind of stuff is like regular common practice in some of these tech companies, because they would rather pay the ransom than have their entire reputation as a company destroyed.
The problem is, though, you pay 75 million. I mean, what's stopping them to come back and do it again? You know what I mean? They're just going to keep holding your hostage because you keep paying all that money.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Wow.
But so I thought that this was an interesting post. I specifically thought it was an interesting post. And honestly, like, this is kind of like part of the problem of what we're going through right now is like, we've got these public companies that are just like afraid to share what's going on. You know what I mean? And like, so that lack of transparency, like, that's kind of why we're here, you know? That lack of transparency.
Well, since you have it on your bookmarks, why don't you play the couple of clips that I was going to play? I have one more clip that you don't have, but scroll up to the Arthur Hayes one.
Oh, sheesh.
Scroll down right there. Play that one real quick.
I think if they go, everyone expected 25. I think if they go 50, that will be nuclear catastrophe for financial markets 1 or 2 trading days after the effect. You'll see a massive rally and everything because everyone believes that the more they cut rates, the better. But I actually think it points to a deeper rot in the global financial system, and that will come through in much more depressed prices after the fact. Everyone expected 25.
I agree. That's what we're saying with the bull trap.
Yeah. So, and then Trump buys Bitcoin, or Trump buys a burger with Bitcoin.
Right there. That one.
Look at him watching his people buy his Bitcoin for him.
Buy his burger.
He's just
him.
so crypto native, dude.
Right.
Trump's crypto native AF, to be honest.
Oh, he's 78 years old, and this is more than any of the other ones are doing. You know what I mean?
No, 100%. I just Trump uses Bitcoin to buy burgers and has his handlers. Well, not even his handlers. It's like his freaking interns do it for him.
Oh yeah, I don't know who the one dude I think is the proprietor of the pub. It's Pub Key, right? Pub Key Burgers or something like that. So,
yep.
But I mean that's cool, bro. He's doing it. He's out there with the people, and man, I'm not gonna say the actual word, but they found a freaking BOMB at his freaking rally today, or I think it was today or yesterday. Yeah.
Wow.
And some dude running from the car into the woods. Yeah.
That's wild.
So that's like number 3, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
that's
don't.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it because it's like, okay, I'm not going to say my real true feelings or opinions, but what I will say is that if you feel that way and you feel that strongly, if you're successful, it's going to make your problem worse. But anyways, if you're successful, it's going to make your problem worse. It's not going to fix it. But
right.
So this other post by Viva La Coin, shout out to Viva La Coin, love him, want to have him on, or like, I mean, I would have on Zuru or any of the other guys because so many people in the community know so much about what's going on there. But I want to know about the Bitcoin ordinals. That's coming up. It's going to be huge. But so he said, here we go, right, with the redacted big and small letters, 62K Bitcoin. But he had said before that it's going to be a bull trap, basically.
Right.
But again, this is the nature of the game. Big picture planning. Sentiment is irrelevant. Make it all count. So he said, I hope everyone is enjoying the start of their soft landing, LMAO. I'd hate to spoil your bullshit market, but panicked Fed pivot cuts are never good. And it's likely to be the only window for a slight relief bounce before resuming the crash post-election and print into reinflation.
See, now Viva is super bearish. I'm not that bearish. I think we still have the
we also have smooth brains.
Huh?
We also have smooth brains.
Well, that is true. He is extremely smart.
Viva's the Giga Chad, yeah.
Yeah, that is definitely true. But
he's that oh gosh, there's like a Pepe picture where he's just like got this massive head with a ginormous brain.
Oh,
That's,
yeah.
That's Viva.
It's like it's the Wojak, right? Isn't it the Wojak?
Maybe. No
Yeah.
idea. There's a friend.
Right. It's a Pepe version, the Peepo version of the Wojak meme or whatever. But I still think we have a bull run same as normal.
I hope so.
You know,
I would love, and
So-
this is terrible. I would love for us to just have like an absolutely terrible shitter of a like economy with like all of crypto like hitting just like ridiculous all-time highs. I'm saying like 8 or 10
But it's-
trillion market cap. Like
It's
I'm
got to be
saying,
in proportion, bro. It does no good if Bitcoin goes to 200,000 and a loaf of bread is $20.
no, I know that. I'm just saying
You
like,
know?
if the market were just like rough in the TradFi places and then just like the only thing that was like popping off crazy was crypto, like I just
Right.
think that would bring a lot of attention, and then it would be like a self-fulfilling prophecy. People would be like, well, everything else is falling apart except for this, and then so that might be like the craziest cycle.
You know, I kind of hear you there. I think that is like the scenario of the final capitulation of TradFi.
Yeah.
In the full 100% adoption of crypto, or
Yeah.
most likely Bitcoin. I think that's what the end times will look like. It'll be the dollar is collapsing, world currencies are collapsing, everybody's getting into Bitcoin. So it's not like so when that transition finally happens, I don't see it happening anytime soon. But once that transition finally happens, it's not going to be we're not going to be in a good place. Because if you got financial markets collapsing, you got freaking the dollar collapsing, we're not going to be in a good place.
Let's see.
I'm just saying, it's I mean, all of us that own crypto, yeah, we'll have a shit ton of money, but the world is not going to be in a good place.
Yeah, that's fair. You're not wrong.
know?
You're not wrong. Yeah, and then I also feel like, well, historically, or like whenever this actually happens, whenever the actual, like when something is about to break for real in the economy or in a market, there's always a massive irrational run up in that market. And then the smart people who are never us are the ones that actually pull all the value extracted out when it's getting up there. Right.
Yeah.
So then you see this parabolic rise, and then you see a absolutely devastating fall. And the people that are the ones that make the decisions, they generally get out with a lot more than they had, while everybody ends up with significantly less than they ever had.
Well, we've seen the largest transfer of wealth in human history during COVID in the 2021 bull cycle.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because even the stock market, people they're getting them stimmy checks and they're getting in, they're YOLOing, yeah, baby, let's go. And then they go full, you know what I mean? They what is it? Damn it, I can't believe I'm
Full redacted.
No. Like this time we're not gonna they round trip it.
Yeah.
They round trip their investment, while all the smart money pulls all their investment, So yeah, it's definitely I don't know, but I don't know. I still don't really agree with Viva. I think his scope is too his timeline isn't long enough. I'll put it that way. I agree with the sentiment.
I'll bet you his timeline is significantly longer than ours, and that's why we can't.
No. I mean, this initial, because he said post-election dip, all that stuff. So he's talking like by the end of Q4, we're going to be, in desperate mode. That we're going to be broke. Everything's going to go blah. And I know one of Powell's concerns today was like, so he said with the dual mandate, he said as long as we stay at about 4% on unemployment. That's like historical norms. The inflation's going down, but what they were concerned about was home financing. Okay, so like people, until financing on homes comes down, nobody's selling. You know, unless you're an idiot like me who sells out their 2.9% interest rate to move to another city, nobody's selling. You know why? Because if you sell a house, you got to buy a house. I just chose not to buy. I chose to rent, sell my house and then rent. But most people, if they're selling a house, they're buying a house. So why give up a 2.9% rate when you have to finance a new house at 8%? And I understand that. But being in the housing industry, being in, residential construction, we're pumping out more houses than we have in a long time. So I'm just saying more houses are coming, a lot of rentals. So I don't foresee a lot of homeowners in the near future, but we are pumping out housing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was talking about how they say that the average homeowner has to make like $150,000 nowadays in order to be able to buy a house, right? So like the average person. Yeah. And then my mom and my mom and her friend, they're like, well, that's because your generation is looking for expensive houses. You need to just get a little cheap house and then you can like scale up. And I was just thinking,
you can't even find a cheap house in the ghetto for under 200K.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, not for under 200K. I saw one in Baltimore for 250K, dude. And when you got into the house, it was absolutely immaculate. The way it was set out, the whole place, beautiful.
Yeah, but are you going to get shot going to work?
I was going to say, and then I walked outside and looked at my neighbor's house and looked at everywhere around there, and I was like, damn, I wouldn't even order like Uber Eats here, feeling bad.
They might not deliver.
They might not.
I remember one time in my 20s, I was living in a not so nice part of town, we'll call it. And we called up Domino's and they were like, oh yeah, we don't deliver there. I was like, what do you mean you don't deliver here? You're like 2 miles away. They're like, yeah, all our drivers keep getting robbed. And I started laughing and they're like, sir, it is not funny. I was like, okay, my bad. I'll call Pizza.
And then you're like, fine, I'll call you to the other side of the town and I'm going to rob you there out of principle.
But I mean, and this was in the 2000s. This is in the early 2000s. But yeah, what you were saying though, so $400,000 home, 20% down is a little over $3,000 a month.
Yeah.
In a house payment. And that's just your house payment. So you have everything else. You got homeowners insurance, you got anything goes wrong with it. And you're not getting a brand new house for $400,000. I mean, not in most big cities, you're not, so it's not like you have a home warranty, and if you buy an aftermarket home warranty, you got the aftermarket home warranty, you got your homeowner's insurance, you got your mortgage payment, you got your property taxes, you got all kinds of crap. You know what I mean? I was going
to say, you remember that house situation I talked to you about a little bit? So with that, they like looked into the whole situation of the house and they're like, well, we might need everybody to chip in for a few months till we figure out what we're going to do. And then, so there's 6 of us and it's like $300 per a month.
What?
Yeah. So it's going to cost. It's not a positive. I was like, damn, like, I don't know. What?
The mortgage is $1,800 a month on that?
About $2,000.
Wow.
Like mortgage and insurance.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was like, damn. Like,
so he must have just bought it. He must have just bought it.
He took another mortgage out later.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now that makes more sense.
Yeah, but I mean, that's only a $287,000 mortgage.
Right. But it doesn't matter. When if he refied in the past couple of years, he's paying 7, 8, 9%. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
In 2019, when I bought my house, my interest rate was only 5.1, and then I refied it in end of 2020. I think it was the end of 2020. It was just after Christmas in 2020, and I got it down to 2.9. And
That's pretty crazy.
But I couldn't live in the desert no more, bro. I couldn't live it. I make that decision every day of my life. If I had to relive that decision every day, I would make the same decision. I love it. Up here in the mountains, starting to get cool out nice now. It's like, oh, so nice.
Yeah. I'm about to go to, like, everybody's been telling me Medellin is hotter than like Venezuela. And so it's going to be like 110, 112, 114 every day, like the desert. And Medellin.
Really? No, but it's jungle, right?
No. So, like, no. Medellin is apparently the hot side, and then Bogota is, like, cooler.
Oh, so there's the mountain range, and it must be on the leeward side of the mountain range, so it don't get a lot of rain and stuff, or...
I believe you.
You're moving there, bro. You did not look into this?
I'm going to look into the geography of some place. I'm going to go there, look at it, and figure it out. You know what I mean? That'd be crazy. Yeah. Do you do that?
No, I don't do that.
Look at the geography of somewhere before you go.
That, bro. Yeah, bro. I did. I've lived in Prescott before, and I did hundreds of hours of research before I sold my house on where I was going to move to.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's fair if you're relocating, but I mean, I'm looking 2 months probably, unless it's forever, which hopefully it's forever, but we'll find out.
Right. So let me close this. I do have one more Arthur Hayes clip that I want to show from my bookmarks. Oh, you know what? My bad. We never went over. Damn it. That totally freaking slipped my mind. We got to look at this. So this is, oh, look, I already had it. This is the, oh, crazy. Look at that. So I only had it coming up to 3.7 right here. So this is the chart that
Blocky
had drawn. So let's get it. I think I was drawing the flag though. So we'll get rid of this. So cup and handle, giant cup and handle from the top of the rim to the bottom. Take your pole. Move it to the rim. Let's get rid of that. Boom. And that brings us up here right like just how he was showing. That's 4.8, 4.73. I mean, his is a little different, but it's relatively the same. It all depends. You know, maybe he used this peak or this peak. You know, maybe I didn't go down far enough. But yeah. That is a beautiful pattern, and we're in this falling channel right here. Eventually, this is going to break out. You know, we pull, let's go from the local low back here, 1 year low. Pull that. And we are right down. We're bouncing off the 0.5 right here. So this is your total. So there is some hopium for everybody. Bam, all the way up to 4.8, 4.73 trillion dollars. I totally forgot about that. But yeah, I mean, to me, it looks like a textbook cup and handle to me.
It's gonna be huge.
You got your cup.
Gonna be huge.
And you got your handle. Boom.
Excellent.
As soon as we come up, and that line is at about 2.6. So the rim is at about $2.6 trillion. So there's a little hopium for everybody. Let's go back to Twitter. Share this. All right. Why is that in my book? Oh, I'm on the wrong account. Okay, let's try this again. Bookmarks. Boom. Okay, here we go. This is cool. This is bullish right here. So the Winklevi, behold, the Winklevoss School of Business, the world's first Bitcoin-backed business school. This school teaches the Austrian School of Economics, the same principles that influenced Satoshi. So they gave $4 million to from alums Howard E. Winklevoss, 65, will support Grove City College overall mission and School of Business, and will be named in his honor this fall. So, boom, there you go. They give out money. Louisiana state government officially accepts Bitcoin and crypto as a valid form of payment. So maybe you can pay your state taxes in Louisiana with Bitcoin. We've seen this. BlackRock says clients are buying Bitcoin to hedge against U.S. debt crisis. I mean, if you're here, you already know that. This, as a matter of fact, this I seen because of Viva, who we were talking about earlier. He reposted this. So the economy isn't strong. The labor market isn't strong. Inflation isn't under control. They fudge every number up front and revise them lower later. GDP growth is in line because 7 companies with the largest monopoly market share of the S&P, 27%, are strong. Based off forward EPS guesstimations, everything out of this a-hole's mouth is a spin, and the entire American economy is now Enron. Middle class, are you not outraged? You are being effing slaughtered, so Jerome can play his actor role in making everything seem fine on every FOMC, while the rich exit their massively over-leveraged positions in the most fraudulent bear market bull run in stock market history. How many of you are drowning in debt? Giant liar, man. I can't even watch this ish anymore. So that's some extremely big language, harsh language. But I don't necessarily agree with that whole statement. I do agree with the numbers being fudges. I mean, we see it all the time. Job reports fudged. You know what I'm saying? CPI numbers adjusted. We see it all the time. But I will give it up to Jerome Powell. He is like the linchpin holding this thing together, and he's got so much pressure on him, left and right, up, down, the American people, everybody, and he is just doing the damn thing. And he always has that same look on his face too. You notice he never gets flustered.
Bro,
Just
pay me
always,
$220,000 a year to say nothing in front of everybody every single opportunity that I go up there.
I think he might make a little more than that. It's not a federal position.
I'm pretty sure 2020 or 220, 240. I think that's what he makes. I'm just saying that I would do it. I'm saying I would do it.
He doesn't
put me up there
at all, though. Grove City College is only 25 miles north of Butler, PA. Okay. So right outside of Pennsylvania. Or right
okay,
inside
246,400. So basically 247,000. Or 246.
Well, that's his salary. They always make a little bit more, I'm sure. I'm sure he's a millionaire.
I'm sure he has more money than I do.
Right.
Look, my background is gone.
So Tether has become the 18th largest U.S. Treasury holder, surpassing Germany, the UAE, and Australia. Tether now holds $118.4 billion in reserves, exceeding liabilities by $5.3 billion. I don't know about that. Tether's reserves have always been like shaky. You know what I mean? They've held treasuries, and they've held this and they've held that, but they've also held like a lot of commercial paper and like other countries' bonds, and like it's like, But I mean, I trust Tether. I trust Tether just as much as I trust a dollar.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So this is the one that you played. Former Coinbase execs launched new exchange with PayPal stablecoin. Former execs Vishal Gupta and Patrick McCreary have launched TrueX, a new digital asset exchange that uses PayPal stablecoin PYUSD for settlements. TrueX secured $9 million in seed funding, so that's good. I wonder if it's using PayPal and it's from Coinbase. I'm sure it'll be legal in the United States. This is the first one I've seen, though. This paints a bleak picture. We are at a precipice, Crypto Hayes says. For you guys who don't know who Arthur Hayes is, I bring him up a lot. He is one of the founders of MEXC, old cryptocurrency exchange, and was found guilty of, he didn't not like money laundering or anything like that, but basically the SEC went after him and he was found guilty of I don't know, some trumped up charge by the SEC. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's not like he was stealing money or anything like that from his customers.
Everybody needs inflation.
So
everybody needs to take their savers' wealth for its spending programs. If you think about the global reserve currency, the US dollar, and all the wars and all the spending that needs to happen to keep the system intact, we're at this precipice where you can go either way. You could have a sort of a massive austerity, massive deleveraging, maybe a revolution, or the authorities can try to keep things stable by fixing the price of government bonds and printing as much money as possible to placate their electorate, whether that's in the United States, that's in the EU, that's in China, that's in Japan. Every single major economic bloc or country runs a similar sort of fiat fractional-based financial system, regardless of whether they're democratic, autocratic, communist, capitalist, whatever. Those are all sort of smoke screens. At the end of the day, everybody prints money. Everybody has a fiat fractional banking system. Everybody needs inflation. Everybody needs to take their savers' wealth and steal it so that the government can afford its spending programs. If you think about the global reserve currency,
that's 100% true. There isn't a government on this earth that does not need inflation and extracting taxes and money from its populace. Heard the government funding bill did not pass House this evening. Let them shut down for a couple days. It'll be all right. They've always passed one. I mean, I don't
always
remember.
Pass in the last minute.
Yeah, let's see here. Let me look. When's the last?
And they always pass some weird stuff too, because they'll be like, "We're not doing it unless they do this," and then it's like a big deal that now that they have to work on the weekend because they all didn't do their job to begin with, and then they talk about it on the news, and they're like,
they blame it. They blame it on the Republicans. Of course, they do.
Well, but that's what I was going to say. Fox News is going to say, we couldn't get to an agreement because the Democrats don't want us to be able to get billions of dollars more for defense spending on this bill that has nothing to do with that. And then the Democrats are like on MSNBC, they were like, the Republicans wouldn't let us. We wanted to fund billions of dollars in social programs that have nothing to do with this other thing, and they're the enemy, and all these jerks, right? So you go to either one of those, and then in reality, you're sitting there as a regular American person, and you're like, these guys get effing paid to only do one thing, and that's their job, and now they're making it my problem like they always do. Anyways, there's my TED Talk.
That's your TED Talk?
There's my TED Talk. They're doing it on purpose.
2018-19, the federal government shut down, it looks like. That was the last time. So it looks like it was during Trump's administration back in 18-19. How many times since then the government has shut down 10 times in funding gaps? So basically, all it means is like federal employees don't get paid. Contractors don't get paid. That's what it means. And they always come to an agreement, like John said. I know the big issue right now is the Republicans are pushing to add the voter ID clause into the funding bill for them to sign, and the Democrats don't want to sign it. So
one of the things that I absolutely hate, and I was talking to some lady who, I mean, she was very smart. I really enjoyed talking to her. She was from Africa, specifically Sierra Leone, which reminds me of a Jay-Z Kanye song that's interesting about blood diamonds. But anyways, she was talking about, I was saying, I think it's crazy that when somebody travels a lot internationally, you can get like global entry. And so global entry is literally a kiosk. You go up there, you sign up for it once, right? And then you can just pass the whole line, a lot of the security, you go right up to the front. You put 4 fingers, it scans your eyeballs, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then it scans your passport, okay? It literally takes like a minute, 2 minutes, if that, the whole experience, maybe even less. You know, you could probably get through it in 60 seconds.
Right.
And so I don't understand why the entire voting experience isn't like that. You know what I mean? You have people in a line, they effing go, they put their 4 fingers, they get their eyeballs scanned, they put their passport there or their driver's license or whatever.
Bro, you're asking way too much. They won't even require an ID to vote. You think they're going to make people give up their biometric data?
No, I know what you're saying. I'm just saying that there are always, well, I'll say it's definitely more on the Republican side lately about how they are always questioning the authenticity of the outcome, which I get that. I'm saying that, what?
That's not true.
You say the Democrats are also questioning the authentic. I mean, I guess they always.
Hillary, it's every election, bro. Every election.
So whoever loses questions the authenticity of the outcome. I'm just saying that
Trump was extremely pronounced and loud about it, because Hillary did the same thing when Trump won.
It should be simple. It should be simple. Everybody goes in there. You have one form of ID. You've got your 4 fingers. You have your eyeballs. Done.
Right.
It takes 60 seconds to get through global entry. That's what voting should be like. You pick the ones you want. You're done. We know that you did it.
That's unnecessary. Just go in, show your ID, and vote, bro. In and out. It doesn't take that long to vote.
But I'm saying that on paper and all this stuff, it needs to all be like on a system.
It is on a system. That was part of the issue, the Dominion system. Every state is different the way they handle it. Bro, the reason, okay.
I filled out a piece of paper and I put it in a machine.
Right.
Yeah.
Dominion system. But every election in history has always been counted the same day. It's just until the past election where they've had like issues where they had to count for multiple days. And now this year they're saying, we might not know who's president for 2 days. That's bullshit, bro. Bullshit. You know what I mean? There should be 1 day to vote unless you have a medical reason not to. It should be a national holiday to where there is no reason why you can't make it to the poll. And then after that day, it is what it is. You know what I mean? And yeah, I believe you have to have an ID to vote. Hell, I believe you have to take a civics test to vote, in my opinion.
Yeah, but they don't teach civics in school anymore on purpose. They also don't teach personal finance. And these P words nowadays, these pansies, these snowflakes, like my brother, who is 20, what? I'm 29, so he's 25, okay? This guy doesn't know how to change his freaking tire, okay? They don't teach kids to change their freaking tires. No, well, my dad was
and
working.
your fault. That's your dad and your fault because he's 8 years younger than you.
He's 4 years younger than me.
You said he's 22.
He's 25. 25.
Okay,
maybe I skipped there. But so what I'm saying is that I learned to change a tire in PE, in physical education class. Literally like they separated the boys and the girls to talk about sex and stuff, like early, and how to have safe sex and stuff. We learned how to change our oil in our car. right?
Right.
And none of the generations after me learned that. I had some social studies and civics classes. Now they don't talk about any of the structure of how local government is run, how like
Right.
other government is run, I guess like higher government. And these kids don't know anything. And then they try
No.
to give them credit cards at 18 or before 18. They try to
Credit,
send them to the
predatory
military.
college loans.
Yep. They try to send them to the military,
Yep.
like sell them college loans. What they're basically doing is trading years of their life for like before they're at a mentally grown enough place to be able to make that decision. You know what I'm saying?
Schooling
It's a trap.
for the most part
farm.
is an
It's a
indoctrination camp. It teaches you to sit down when told, stand up when told, don't talk back to authority,
Teaches you
get
to
in
be
this
an employee.
line, get in that line. You know, that's what it's an indoctrination camp. That's what schools are. I'm a proponent if you can. Not everybody can. I understand that. I wasn't homeschooled. I didn't homeschool my kids. But if you can homeschool or put your kids in like pods, what are those pods things where you get like, you know, there's like 15 parents and they have like a pod thing, you know, or like where every parent teaches on a different day or something like that. So it's still like going to school. I'm a big proponent, and I do believe we should abolish the Department of Education. I do believe it is a worthless institution and that it should be brought back to the states. I mean, you can still have like certain levels that are required. So just because we don't have a federal minimum standard across the board doesn't mean that you're not going to get educated without a Department of Education, because the freaking college ain't going to take you if you're trying to go to college. You know, I don't know. Government's too big.
Yeah, I can
And
see
they're
that.
indoctrinating our children.
I think a lot of that stuff could be handled by there's less bureaucracy, like less they just add a whole bunch of stuff and make it convoluted. I agree. But
you know what fixes all this, everybody? Hitting that like button, subscribe, getting this message out to your constituents. That's what helps this. We are past time. We are over time limit. Did you have anything else we wanted to talk about, or?
No, I didn't have anything else to talk about. I just still can't get over 1,000 bottles of lube.
Oh my God.
1,000, bro.
I don't understand what your fascination with this is. I never even think about it, and then you bring it up, and I'm like, why am I thinking about bringing lube?
Well, it's just like I just think about all the things that you could possibly do, but like, how long would it take you to get through all those? I just couldn't imagine all the things you could do until then. But on that note, see ya, everybody. Do your research. Look into some of these things that we're talking about. You know, shout out to Bob, that is always building. And shout out to everybody in the crowd, everybody that's here. We appreciate all of you. Thank you guys so much. Look, the diddler. The diddler. Oh, goodness.
We're not falling for your antics, Jeff Dukes. You know why they don't want voter ID.
Yeah. Also, dude, did you see the video of P. Diddy checking Justin Bieber for a wire?
No, but that's funny. You know, they remanded him, right? No bail.
Yeah, but they did because they got his communications where he was saying, as soon as I get bail, we're freaking out.
What an idiot.
Yeah, he should have waited.
An idiot.
Anyways, with that note, you know, cheers.